everyone, this is Ashley with IWD Agency, the e-commerce expert. Today we are going to talk about Magento versus WooCommerce. As we all know by now, both Magento and WooCommerce are two dominating e-commerce platforms. In this video, we'll compare the similarities and differences between the two platforms by digging into some details on usability, scalability, add-ons and extensions, security, support, pricing, and more. Of course, there is so much more outside of this to be discussed. So if you still have questions between these two platforms by the end of the video, hit us up at iwdagency.com. We're also here to help you grow your online store through marketing, optimization, and store enhancements. We can run everything for you while you focus on your core business, customers, and products. Now back to WooCommerce and Magento. Let's get the show started.
Magento and WooCommerce are both open source e-commerce platforms that are free to use initially and entirely customizable. Any part of the source code can be altered to fit the needs of the merchant. There is complete flexibility and freedom to customize every aspect of the store. So how do they differ? Magento is a content management system built specifically for e-commerce. WooCommerce is an e-commerce plugin built for WordPress, which is the CMS. Therefore, you need to have WordPress installed to use the WooCommerce plugin. Both Magento and WooCommerce are self-hosted. Magento is a lot more complex and has different, more powerful hosting needs compared to WooCommerce, which generally can run on a smaller server load. The more intricate hosting needs with Magento can cause the site to run slightly slower than WooCommerce. Magento also offers two versions, a free open source version and a paid version called Magento Commerce, which is targeted at larger merchants or enterprise businesses generally doing more than $1 million a year online. WooCommerce offers one free version only that has intermittent release updates. What about pricing? As mentioned, both Magento and WooCommerce are open source, so they are free initially when it comes to downloading the source code. Their long-term costs can vary pretty drastically though. Unless sticking to Magento's out-of-the-box features and functionality, the cost of extensions and platform maintenance can escalate quickly. With it being a more complex platform, hosting, extensions, and naturally developers come at a higher price point. Then there is Magento Commerce, the version previously known as Enterprise, which will cost a minimum of $22,000 annually. This price will also increase based on annual revenue generated. WooCommerce is less complex and therefore comes with cheaper hosting costs, less expensive plugins, and a more affordable price point for developers. Overall, WooCommerce is a more economical e-commerce platform. Usability. From a development standpoint, Magento is a more complex platform. It requires a steeper learning curve that takes some time to master. WooCommerce, on the other hand, is a lot more intuitive to navigate, especially if the user already has gained the know-how of working with WordPress. It is by no means a simple platform. It still needs a deep hands-on approach, but definitely requires less technical skill when compared to Magento. Scalability. Magento has grown to be known as the most scalable e-commerce platform out there. Their open source version does have some limited ability to scale, however, their commerce version is limitless. Hundreds and thousands of products and orders can be processed with ease at any given time. Supported product types include simple, configurable, grouped, virtual, bundled, downloadable, and gift cards. WooCommerce also has an unlimited number of products they can handle, and their default product types include simple, grouped, virtual, downloadable, external or affiliate, and variable. Features, add-ons, and extensions. Magento offers the best features fresh out the box. Multi-store capabilities from one admin panel, multi-language options, layered navigation, and complex configurable products. WooCommerce is a bit behind in comparison. They're definitely not a lesser choice, they just don't offer the same features straight out the box. These features, however, can be obtained through plugins and extensions, which they do offer more than 50,000 free plugins built for WordPress sites specifically. Outside of these, there are additional paid plugins too. These cover any and all features imaginable. The list is endless. Both e-commerce platforms are comparable with the number of extensions and plugins offered that allow you to power up your store. They both provide diversity with these, however, the difference usually comes in at their price point. Paid add-ons are generally cheaper and easier to install for WooCommerce than Magento. Since Magento is more complex, a developer is often needed to set these up and install them correctly. Either way, both e-commerce platforms can get your store to whatever point your heart desires, whether that's with built-in features, extensions, or plugins. And if these don't provide you with what you're looking for, a savvy developer can always build something custom to your specific needs. Security. With Magento and WooCommerce both being open source, it is up to the store owners to ensure their stores remain PCI compliant. Magento, nor WooCommerce, nor WordPress are responsible for this. Don't leave it to chance to possibly expose your store to vulnerabilities. Since Magento was built for e-commerce, they generally have more security than WooCommerce. Magento requires fewer plugins, which reduces the number of security holes that might be exploited. WordPress, being the CMS, was originally built as a blogging platform and doesn't have the same security systems in place as Magento. WooCommerce also requires more plugins, which both in turn may increase the chance of falling victim to fraud and attacks. There are extensions, plugins, and companies out there that can help with ensuring your store remains updated and PCI compliant. We're one of those companies, so hit us up if you need some help. So which e-commerce platform is best for you? It's really going to boil down to your business model. If you're slightly smaller and have a limited budget to work with and less development experience, then WooCommerce is the way to go. Whether you're selling simple products or a variety of them, enhancing your store with plugins and extensions can get you where you need to be. As we can see here on builtwith.com, a site that scans the entire web and looks at what e-commerce platforms websites are using, WooCommerce is prominent with some very well-known brands, but those that aren't as e-commerce centric as we'll see with Magento. Here we can see on all the live WooCommerce websites, there are a lot of .gov and .edu sites. You'll also notice a large number of blog pages on sites, such as Nextdoor, Tiger Direct, Diabetes Nutrisystem, and even more as we scroll down the page. This isn't surprising though, as WooCommerce is a plugin for WordPress, which was initially built for blogging purposes and content-heavy purposes versus e-commerce specifically. Now, if we look at Magento and Magento Enterprise's live websites, we can see which stores they dominate. Large, globally known brands like Bed Bath & Beyond, Nintendo, Topshop, The Grommet, Nine West. Stores that are huge with a large focus on e-commerce. So with that being said, if you have more financial resources, advanced technical skills and knowledge, or access to these, then Magento is for you. They offer more out-of-the-box features and their extensions are everything you can possibly hope for and more. So which are you going for? Let us know in the comments section below. If you have any questions for us, throw them in there too. We want to hear from you. Thanks for checking in with us today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you watch our next video. Until next time.